Welcome aboard, ensigns and officers alike, to the USS Time's Ticking. Today we're going to be exploring one of science fiction's biggest franchises and its influence on watchmaking. So, stick with us through our intro and we'll be laying in a course for time telling. Wristwatches might not always seem futuristic, depending on the style that you wear. But retro-futuristic shows like Star Trek have taken watches to where no watch has gone before. Retrofuturism in science fiction is a subject we've covered before here at Time's Ticking. It's a unique way for any franchise to explore how familiar gadgets might take on new life. From Dick Tracy's radio police watch to Lando Calrissian's Android Awakening comm device in The Empire Strikes Back, plenty of historical on-screen wrists have influenced and predicted the technology of the future. Arguably the most influential series that continues to embolden this sort of forward-thinking tech is, of course, today's subject. While the various treks haven't always highlighted wristbound tech, they've influenced modern ideas of how technology should work. The original series conceptualized flip phones with its initial comms devices. The next generation predicted modern tablets. So it's likely not surprising that we here at Time's Ticking looked into tech wristwatches. One example stood out to us most in that regard. In 1979's Star Trek The Motion Picture, Captain Kirk's wrist is well adorned with predictive futurism. Calling a movie a motion picture certainly dates the film, but Kirk's watch is far from old-fashioned. In fact, it created a new comms benchmark for the series and is reflective of modern watch technology. Before we move farther forward, we do like to point out that although these are wrist-bound technologies, they weren't necessarily watches in Star Trek. However, coming out a year before Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back, where Lando Calrissian is pictured with similar technology, Star Trek's motion picture was really onto something regarding where watches were headed. Sorry, Star Wars fanboys. With new quartz and digital watch technology existing around the time of the Star Trek movie's release, it was wise to portray a watch working for remote communication. The creative teams that designed the wardrobe for the motion picture, as time would tell, essentially stumbled upon their own proto-smartwatch. Ditching the clunkier handheld comms, the intrepid crew of the Enterprise NCC-1701 went hands-free to much praise and merchandising. Though other sci-fi and pulp franchises had introduced similar devices prior to this film, the film's popularity and impact made strong cultural waves. Moving beyond the original series, eventually the hands-free aspect of the comms in Star Trek moved forward into a new generation. When the next generation hit the scene, comms became pinned to the Starfleet uniform. It's highly unlikely that watches will move to a similar position, unless one wears a vest or jacket suited for a pocket watch, which could still be quite fashionable. Mirroring the evolution of watches from pocket watch to wristwatch, the changing of Trek's comms both inspires futuristic imaginings and hints at past concepts that persist today. Making a phone call, sending a text, ordering food, and such are all easily accessible via simple touch or voice command in our time. With these Trek-esque capabilities, wristwatches have taken on new life in the 21st century. All one simply has to do is engage their timepiece to interact with the world at large. With all of that in mind, sometimes a sip of Romulan ale goes down better with a traditional timepiece in tow. Whether one is looking toward the stars, or for something more earthbound, timekeeping's history will stay its course on its continuing mission, to seek out new tech and embolden civilization, each piece following us into our varied frontiers. How do you feel about Star Trek's influence on timekeeping? Do you think we nailed this subject today? Let us know in the comments below. And we're always happy to hear from Trekkies too. Wow, thanks again for watching our YouTube video today. If you've really enjoyed it, we actually have a couple more videos available just right here and right there. On top of that, our entire channel is at your disposal, and if you subscribe by clicking the link that's right next to me, we'll give you the latest update on our most recent videos. So, thanks again for watching, and we hope to see you again.